Hello, everybody. My name is Nat Measley. I'm the founder at yourculturedesign.com and the Organizational Culture and Design Institute. I'm excited to host you today for our free 15-minute version of our world famous workshop, The Perfect Workplace. This is a great workshop to start a conversation within your organization about what could make for the perfect workplace and what true motivations, reasons, and creative solutions there are within your workforce, within teams, leaders, followers, professionals, entrepreneurs, all of those who surround you and are around you on any given basis. Our basic workshop on the perfect workplace starts with a simple question and goes through 5 steps that we're going to go through here in the next 15 minutes at the most. And it's a question that we begin with that we start almost all of our audits and assessments and consulting work that we do with companies, again, of varying sizes and varying scopes from all over the world. And that simple question is, what makes for a perfect workplace? So in our introductory workshop on the perfect workplace, we're going to start with that question, and over these simple 5 steps, start to see how we could take the answers to that question and turn it into valuable data and information that we can use to have a positive impact on our people, our teams, our supporters, our clients, and of course, ourselves and the organizations for which we work. So let me go ahead really quickly and share my screen, and we will dive right in and get started. So welcome to the Perfect Workplace Workshop, presented by me, Nat Measley, the founder at yourculturedesign.com. For our workshop today, we're going to go through 5 short steps that will be simple and you can follow along. So whether you're showing this video at a live in-person annual retreat or meeting, or you're all meeting on Zoom or leveraging this workshop in some other way, we want to know about it. Contact us at yourculturedesign.com. We want to see how you're doing this. 5 simple steps. We're going to cover them all today, from idea generation all the way through to application for our workplaces to hopefully have a positive impact. As a reminder, this is the free 15-minute version of this workshop. So take it, use it, steal it, borrow it in any way that you see fit. Here is how our workshop begins. It starts very simply with step number 1. Throughout the workshop, in between steps, you'll also note that I will be making time for you to pause this video where you can then go off and brainstorm, interact with your teammates and those around you as well. But here's first step. Step number 1. We want you to take 5 minutes and we want you to record, dream big, think wildly, and write down any idea that comes to mind for you that you think would make for the perfect workplace. What would make for the perfect workplace is the question we start almost all of our workshops, consulting work with companies around. What makes for the perfect workplace? Take 5 minutes, pull out a fresh piece of paper, start writing down ideas all over it, pull up a new Word doc or Google Doc, start typing out anything goes in this 5-minute brainstorm. There's only 2 rules for this 5-minute brainstorm. Number 1, you're not allowed to start writing an idea and then mid-writing it or before you write it, say to yourself, that's a stupid idea. I don't think it'll work. Nope. Rule number 2 is you have to write that idea down. Rule number 2 is there is no idea too crazy, too wild, or too big. So think big and dream wildly. There's no gaps in the way. There are no budget restrictions. There's no problems right now. We want you to dream big about what would make for the perfect workplace. Take 5 minutes, pause this video, and start to write down or type out all of your ideas in your list of what would make for the perfect workplace. I will pause now so you can pause me. Okay. You should have paused me. If you didn't, pause me now and do your 5-minute brainstorm, answering the question, writing all kinds of ideas of what you think would make for the perfect workplace. Step number 2, we're already on step 2, is very simple. From the list that you just brainstormed, all these big wild ideas, we want you to pick the 3 best ideas. And here's how you do that in step number 2. You might have a piece of paper or a Google Doc or something that looks like this, all these ideas all over. What we want you to simply do is take 30 seconds right now and circle the 3 top ideas on your list. I will also instruct you right now to pause me so you can do this, but 30 seconds, circle the top 3 ideas. Go ahead and pause me now. Okay, you should have paused me. If you didn't pause me, you can pause me now again, but make sure everyone in the room, everyone taking the workshop has circled their 3 top ideas. The next step in the pick 3, step number 2 here is very simple. We want you to add 2 little lines next to on the circles for each of those top 3 ideas that you picked. So it takes 10 seconds right now and just draw 2 little lines to the right of that idea circle, we'll call it, okay, over those 3 top ideas that you think will contribute to the perfect workplace. So pause me now, take 10 seconds, pause me now. Okay, so you should have paused me to make sure everyone can add those 2 little lines. That was simple. Now here is how we're going to start to apply those ideas. First, step 3, we want you to share your ideas. So take as much time right now and share what your top idea was. Maybe share all of your top 3 ideas to what you think would make for the perfect workplace. If you have a really big group, maybe have everyone share 1 idea. If you have a smaller group, maybe everyone gets to share and even give some response back. So when I hear a crazy wild idea, I can actually add to that idea as well. But take some time. You can pause me now again and share some of your ideas with someone next to you, someone close to you. I'll let whoever's facilitating figure out how you want to do that. Share those ideas. Ready, set, pause me. Okay. Okay, you should have paused me again and taken some time to share those top ideas from the people in your community and your surroundings. We're on to step 4, the next step, valuing these ideas. So this is where we qualify and quantify what these ideas could be worth for our organization. You have your idea and you have it circled and you have those 2 lines. Here's what we want you to do with each idea. On the top line, we want you to add what we've created and what we call a positive measured impact score. We use plus MI for this. The positive measured impact score is something that is meant to quantify the type of impact you think this idea could have on your positive workplace immediately for either you yourself or for the organization as a whole. So if you have some new idea that you think is going to double revenue for our company, the positive impact score here should be a 3. So on that top line, give each of your 3 ideas a positive impact score of 1 to 3. If you've written some idea down that's super wild and creative, but you don't think has any impact, you could actually give this score a 0 if you want to. But we suggest at least starting with a 1. Everything will have some kind of impact, but it might not have much of an impact. That would be a 1. Some impact would be a 2. Great positive impact, maximum positive impact would be a number 3. Again, positive impact for either you or the organization. Okay. Take a second, give your own 3 ideas a score on the top line of 1 to 3 for positive measured impact for that idea. Pause me now again to take a few seconds to do that. Okay, you should have paused me. Hopefully you did. Welcome back for those who are no longer paused. On the bottom line, we want you to add a cost to your idea. So you may have come up with an idea that's incredibly expensive. If that's the case, we want you to give your cost score $3 signs on that bottom line. If you came up with an idea that's low to 0 cost, we want you to put a single dollar sign. Some cost involved, maybe a $2 signs there. But for each of your 3 ideas that you've now circled on your idea page, we want you to give a positive measured impact score. We can measure impact from 1 to 3, and we want you to give each one of those ideas a cost score from $1 sign up to 3. Let me give you an idea here as well, just so before you give these full scores, we can help coach you a little bit along as well. Or if you've already given a score, this might help you too. Almost every time that we've done this workshop, we've done it lots of places all over the world, and specifically all over the world because we've done these workshops virtually, we've done them in person as well. Almost every time someone says, you know what would make for a perfect workplace? A pool. That's easy. Stuff. I want more stuff. I need a pool, and I need a water slide on that pool, and a rope swing with basketball courts, a hot tub. It should be saltwater pool. It needs to be 50 meters long. There's a diving board. There should be a trampoline next to the pool so I can jump into the pool. Chaise lounges where I could sit when I'm not working, or I could sit and do my emails or conference calls. This is what I need. This is my perfect workplace. Look at it. I love it. That's great. Good answer. It's wild. It's creative. It's big. The pool could have a really positive measured impact if we're able to measure somehow how it affects ourselves positively or our organization. If we could actually point to the fact that this pool doubles the income for our company or cuts costs in half for some reason, we could give it a 3. We gave it a 2 here because I think it's going to be hard to point to a positive measured impact score, but a 2 is good for the pool. Cost, the pool's going to be expensive. It's $3 signs out of 3. Pools aren't cheap. I mean, look at this thing. There's so much going on here. It's going to be expensive. Not to mention, there should be probably some extra layered liability insurance for when whoever it may be, you probably know who it is in your organization, is sliding down the slide while on a conference call and eating a ham sandwich on their lunch break. So the pool would, for example, here have a measured impact score of a 2 on that top line and a cost score of $3 signs. It's very expensive. That's step 4, taking these creative wild ideas and putting them, quantifying and qualifying them. So what then do we do with this data? Well, this is the last step in this opening workshop. And what we want you to do is encourage you to take your ideas and put them on a plot or a chart that looks like this. Get in touch with us. Let us know where your ideas fall. We're also going to give you a link at the end of this workshop so you can become part of a global survey where we're taking in data about what people think about their best ideas and how they're quantified. This is a great scatter plot. There's 4 quadrants on this plot, as you can see in the upper left. On the x-axis here, we go from minimal impact on the far left all the way up to max positive measured impact on the far right. On the y-axis, the top is actually the lower cost, and the bottom is actually those $3 sign costs. So the pool that we mentioned, if we go back to the pool with $3 signs as a measured impact score of 2, would probably fall somewhere in the bottom right quadrant here, where there may be a high measured impact cost, but it's also going to be a high cost, a high measured impact score, but also a high cost. Take your data, plot them on a chart, create a bigger chart, have everyone in the room share their ideas, thoughts, and data on where their ideas fell. And take away this single most important learning lesson from this introductory workshop, which is what we hope to teach and educate folks about. You'll notice that the upper right quadrant on this data chart is actually the one that we push organizations and individual employees, entrepreneurs, leaders, professionals of all types to consider how to create more of. Things that have high positive measured impact and low cost. A lot of the research in this world of workplace culture and employee engagement and design actually points to the fact that most of the things that people want aren't the pool, but are the feelings that people get from having the pool, the opportunity to connect, the opportunity to bring a client to the pool for a networking event to sign a new deal, or ensure that you're doing well, or you're both floating around on a pool noodle, having fun, but discussing what the next deal should look like, all of that. We are scientists, so we know that when you're looking at your own workplace culture, there may be data points across this entire chart, but what we try to do is work through the design thinking process, which there are many design thinking models out there, but we use a very simple one of the inspiration phase. We're coming up with the problems and ideas, thinking of solutions to those problems, and then trying some things. What we try to encourage organizations to do are to try things that have high positive measured impact and don't cost much. Gallup and a lot of the research institutions and many other consultants have started to realize that things like motivation, autonomy, friendships, connections, etc., are the things that people want from their work environment, whether it comes from a 50-meter saltwater pool with a diving board, slide, basketball hoop, and trampoline, is irrelevant. So this has been our introductory workshop. We want to encourage you to do a few things. Number one, chart your data, talk to your team members, your followers, and your leaders about what you thought could contribute to the perfect workplace and how you can start to edit and adapt those ideas so they can become high measured, positive measured impact ideas with low cost. And if you need further help, know that we're here to help. So we hope to offer this free version of our workshop. Of course, we offer this workshop as a deeper dive. We offer the facilitation of this workshop as well. And of course, our entire curriculum on how to fully apply design thinking methods and models into your workplace culture while adding creative solutions that we can measure with you, the organization. Go to yourculturedesign.com/workshops to get more information about that. Also, in the link below this video and via the QR code right here on the screen, you can go to our global perfect workplace workshop survey. This is a survey we're disseminating all over the world in hopes of getting people to respond to let us know what their top 3 ideas are, what the positive measured impact score is, and how much it's going to cost them, so we can start to see what people's perceptions are of what they think could have a positive impact and what could start to contribute to a big, really cool, audacious goal of creating the perfect workplace. Thank you so much again for being a part of our workshop. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, again, if you need anything, help, support, or advice, contact us at yourculturedesign.com. Have a great day, and we will hope to see you and hear from you soon. Bye.